Mike, you're a loser. You don't matter. Go cry some more.
You don't know me, Corey. You don't know what I went through.
Corey, come on, stop picking on the kid, man. This bullying, it has to stop. You're mean. You're mean.
Sick, tired of this.
Bullying in schools, it just has to stop. Find out more on Education Today, which starts
My
right
life
now.
in pain.
Welcome to Education Today. I'm Kristen Hawkins from West Shamokin High School and the Armstrong School District. You know, teaching students the attributes of good character is the highest priority in youth development today. Toward that end, Armstrong School District has partnered with a group called the National Character Education Foundation, which promotes integrity, respect, and courage for students. Tonight, we're going to show you one of their most innovative programs, the Caring Habits curriculum. It's being done this year at Elderton Elementary and Katanning Township Elementary. Let's take a look at some behind-the-scenes training our teachers received from Elaine Park, creator of the Caring Habits curriculum.
One of the things we were working on prior to this session here was developing academic ways of addressing student achievement, and behavior is an important part into bridging that gap to really helping kids. So with that, I'm going to turn the floor over to Elaine and let her enlighten us a little bit, and then we'll finish with a short video.
Thank you so much, Eric. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon after lunch, the end of the day. It's a long day, but I hope to be able to keep your attention. I understand that you've already got a little bit of caring habits going in your schools. Is that correct? Your banners are up and so forth, so you're a little bit underway. So therefore, I don't need to personally welcome you to October, which is Slow Down Lavender and the month to be patient and listen. My goal is that if I came into your elementary schools next year this time, you would all look like me, walking billboards. Not for National Character Education Foundation, not for Elaine Park, not for West Hills Elementary, not for any of your elementary schools, but for the theme, be patient and listen, because that is the character trait or the character theme for the month of October. And I'll explain to you a little bit what the difference is and why it's that way. I'm here to accomplish two major things with you today. One, obviously, is to give you a little bit of background on how to implement the Caring Habit Adventure, the National Character Education Caring Habit Adventure in your schools. But number two, I hope to achieve an entirely new paradigm shift in your minds about the concepts of media and marketing and advertising. Look, you're going to teach reading and writing and vocabulary and so forth anyway, so you might as well focus on the character trait of the month in those kind of assignments, as long as you're going to be assigning them anyway, and helps bring some focus. Because some of these marketing techniques are very, very concentrated on the idea of repetition and reinforcement. For instance, snap, crackle, and pop, the Goodyear blimp. I mean, those are like light. Those are light touch kind of things. But it takes 21 to 30 days to make or break a habit, and a month is perfect for that, correct? And it takes 6 to 8 successive imprints of a single thought or idea to embed it into long-term memory. Advertisers know that. How many of you teach multiplication in your classes? Or you're the ones that teach multiplication? What are you doing when you teach multiplication?
Sayings, rhymes, repetition.
Exactly, repetition. Again, the theory behind caring habits is that the negative influence on the kids are overwhelming, but the positive things are so fragmented that no one thought has enough repetition and reinforcement over a sustained period of time to really sink in to the hearts and minds of the kids, okay? So, now I get to the hard part. I know you all have a stash of posters and things, right? Is that correct? Who has a favorite poster that you like to put up in your classroom? You must. I've talked to a room full of teachers who have their hands all go up with their favorite poster. Well, anyway, the bottom line is, if you already have posters and things that you put up in your room, go through them and see if the message fits that monthly theme, so that you will have a concentration of so that you will put up posters that focus on reinforcing that particular theme for that month. Do you understand what I'm saying? Also, in each of the idea books on the vocabulary section, there is a list of vocabulary words, which also sound a lot more like character words. How many of you have some character development curriculum? Things that you've used in your class before to teach responsibility, perseverance, respect. If any of you have that kind of thing at all yet? You probably do, okay? So the idea is, each month when you get your idea book, you can actually look at the recommended words, vocabulary words, that are focused on that, that will help reinforce that monthly theme, and then use that curriculum. One of the things that makes Caring Habits look different from other character programs is that, years ago back, when we were beginning to see a breakdown in the character and behaviors of kids in school, educators went after it the way you obviously should. Let's teach them to have better characters. So you looked for words to teach them and help them understand that are about character, responsibility, perseverance, etc., etc. A teaching environment is of its very nature what's known as an object-recipient environment, which technically disempowers the recipient, as it should be. You know a whole lot more about history. You know a whole lot more about reading. You know a whole lot more about your subjects than your children. So you are teaching them the information, and that's appropriate. But if it gets into the area of character, now you need to inspire kids to want to be that way. Well, advertisers, they make their themes invitational. That creates what's known as an empowered participant relationship. It invites the person who hears the message to be a part of this. It says, lend a hand, be appreciative, resolve conflicts, do your best. It's invitational. So because Caring Habits is slightly different and the wording is slightly different and it creates an invitational theme to rally around, that's why it technically can be used in concert with almost any other character program in the whole country, because all you have to do is to coordinate, when you do the in-depth teaching of the words and themes with the monthly theme and the monthly habit, okay? So repetition and reinforcement, in my world it's called call to action language. Anybody ever heard the theme, just do it? Whose is that? Right. That's called call to action language. So, to recap, the first of each month is Caring Habit Day. Each month of the year will become a what? Brand name, right. A brand name for one of, 12 over the full school year, but within the school year, one of 9 caring themes, good character themes that you'll be reinforcing in the school. The idea, this has lots of ideas in it, but in communities and in classrooms that are doing Caring Habits, the real power comes from the ideas created within the school. And I could spend from now till 10 o'clock tonight listing the ideas that have happened in the schools and programs throughout, all over the world now that are now doing Caring Habits. Many of our schools do morning announcements. so that every day in your school, someone either reads from all or part of the saying, don't forget, this is Be Patient and Listen. October is Be Patient and Listen month in our school, and reads either all or part of this quote from the inspiration book. It's very important that the theme become part of the culture. So like this month, for instance, if a kid's running down the hall, you run after him, you say, hey, be patient. You're gonna get there, you get it. So that's why your own reading of the book and the inspiration in the morning is gonna get you in the frame of mind and reminding you that that's what the monthly theme is. School programs, like in one of our schools, last year, they mended fences in March, and they had fence posts and cross pieces, and whenever kids solved a problem between themselves, they put it up. One of our schools had a rainforest that they've been doing every year for 20 years in February, and they've decorated the whole school like a rainforest. Once they became a Caring Habits school, they said to themselves, the environmental month is in April, and they moved the rainforest into April. 6 to 8 repetitions of a single thought or idea. So what I'm hoping is that you become Caring Habits schools and National Character Education Caring Habits schools. You will begin thinking in this monthly way. I mean, how hard is it to decorate for Valentine's Day? The point is, you're almost creating a protocol that is a matter of getting those 6 to 8 repetitions. If you go to page 7, just past page 7 in your books, these books are very self-explanatory. On page 7, you'll see a list of the habits and the months and their themes, just the way you've got in your bookmark. The next page really explains what I've been saying about the organization. Over here on the left side, this is the way a community looks right now. There's the public schools, television, messaging. There's all kinds of messaging going on all over a community. I mean, a child in one single day will have you tell them something, and the dare officer do something else, and that night the dad and the other will be saying something else, and there's no common ground. And besides that, there are areas outside of these circles that are not reached at all. The long-term goal of Caring Habits, and this is now happening in Venango County, there are 12 agencies involved. Youth Services and Family Services and Youth Children's Aid, the Coalition of Preschool Facilities all over the county are now doing the preschool letter, the radio stations, the businesses put signs in their windows. So what's happening? The kids are moving around the community, they're getting the message in your classroom, and they are getting it reinforced all over their community and in their homes, okay? Any questions? I've talked pretty nonstop. I thought maybe you had a question. Did you start to raise your hand at one point? Okay. I mean, is this hard? Is Caring Habits difficult? I mean, can you envision yourself, getting together in groups back at your schools, just like you were doing a little while ago, and kind of brainstorming, what you're going to do in your school to celebrate the theme? I just am providing your schools, these are called Caring Home Contracts. And it says that you can send home with your families. And it says, this certifies that to the best of our ability, we all agree to uphold and practice the monthly caring attitudes, to give more time to one another and our children, and to make life better each day for ourselves and for one another. I would hope that every family of all your students in all your schools would feel willing and able to sign that simple contract. And this gives them a list of the caring habits, and so they can do it, they can be doing it at home. Why don't we wrap it up with the video unless you have some questions? Has anybody had an idea while I've been talking what you might do? No ideas yet?
was looking through this. I like this idea of doing a sentence a day for a story.
Yes.
I think that would help to show how long it takes to make the patient, just do one a day, then find it instead of counting.
That's a super idea. Very good elementary, a very good elementary idea too, because a lot of times a big long thing, a smaller child can't grasp it all at once. The telephone game is a great October. If you're going to sit in any kind of circle, how many do the smaller younger grades where you have circles? Just the telephone game, pointing out the importance of listening. Focus a lot in October on buses, being respectful and listening and respecting bus drivers and things like that. It's just, there's a whole other aspect of caring habits, and maybe next year I'll come back and talk to you about it. Each month does have its own health focus, like September for Do Your Best, it's nutrition. October for patience and listening skills and safety. Patience and listening skills are very important to safety. But don't worry about that this year. A lot of people say, well, is it going to get boring if you don't change it every year? Well, are you bored with Valentine's Day? How many people are bored with Valentine's Day? Maybe some of you are. But, the point being, each month only comes back once a year. And what's good is you can be patient. Maybe this year you'll have time to do an October bulletin board for your classroom. Maybe you won't have time to do a November bulletin board. But take down your October bulletin board. Put it with your Valentine's and your St. Patrick's Day stuff and your Christmas stuff, because next year it's going to be October again. And you can take it up. And then maybe next year, you'll make a couple more bulletin boards, and by the time a few years have gone by, you'll have your caring habit decorations that will have all been done by you. Well, I thank you for your time. I know getting teachers at this hour of the day, after all you've been through, is quite something. But I'm I know that NCEF and Dave Reddick are very pleased to have you aboard. We're looking forward to being whatever support we can. There is a Caring Habit website as well as an NCEF website, and it is on that bookmark, okay? There are, this video that I'm going to show you is actually on that website. There is a website of the radio announcer in Venango County who does the morning announcements, giving the Caring Habit to all the existing audience. There's some videos on there about the work being done with this program in Rwanda. And obviously color is an international language, and that's one of the things that appealed internationally.
Reading, writing, and arithmetic, that's great, and that's what we're here for. But also, we are here to make certain that children can maneuver in this big world. And as they tell you, attitude is everything. You can work on all your deficiencies, but employers out there, they're going to look for, gee, does this employee have a good attitude where I can work with that person? I believe the Caring Habits program is just basic, fundamental, good common sense, and it teaches us to be aware of each other's needs, to treat each other with kindness.
As you know, today is February 28th, and it's the last day for our theme for February, You Count.
Today we're going to move into March's theme, which is Resolve Conflicts.
Do you know why Be Appreciative is such a good caring habit for the month of May?
We are making kids aware of some of these basic themes and thoughts. And I think that by constant repetition and by having constant reminders and the children also participating in classroom activities, we have seen more of a sense of caring, a sense of belonging. I notice that children tend to appreciate each other a little bit more.
This is a strategy based on textbook marketing principles, turning the munchs into brand names, call to action language, multimedia elements that are all coordinated. When advertisers want kids to buy certain kinds of clothes and certain kinds of food, they ask them to go buy them. So our Caring Habit program says, lend a hand, be appreciative, do your best, resolve conflicts. It asks the young people thematically throughout the school to rise to the level of those behaviors and to make it cool because everybody's doing it.
The Caring Habit of the Month adventure has proven successful because it instills positive behaviors through proven media reinforcement materials and curriculum. The first day of each month, students receive their own Caring Habit homework planner, bookmark, pencil, and a take-home dinner table tent and mirror cling to involve their families. Teachers receive a 100-page monthly book of habit-building activities and ideas with vocabulary words, quotes, poems, a list of reading books, health tips, and curriculum-related handouts. A Caring Habit student team gets involved to create and hang posters throughout the school. They plan morning announcements and school-wide events to reinforce positive behavior.
This month our theme is take care of the environment. So this is something we have been focusing on, not only through our children's essays, through the communications classrooms here, but also in our science department where our children actually go out into the community. They help clean up the parks. They help clean up the riverfronts. We make certain that we honor Arbor Day. And we try to tie in the Caring Habits program into our existing school curriculum.
Some of the children, I knew some of their personal problems. I knew that they were having difficulties, serious problems at home. And they wrote comments on their sheets about Caring Habits, about how it made them feel, how it gave them self-esteem, how they knew they counted. Now, can you imagine being 11 or 12 or 13 years old and not knowing that you count? And that Caring Habits let you know that you count, and because your teacher went over that with you and stressed it with you and had you write a little paragraph and took your picture and you put it out where everyone could see it, you count.
My philosophy about Littleton is that, what if the captain of the football team had gone up to Eric or one of the other boys and said to him a month before the Littleton shootings, hey, our football statistics are a mess and we don't know how to use computers and you guys are great at computers. Would you help us? Imagine if those kids had felt involved and valued by some of the other students.
And these kids have needs that are not being fulfilled, and they come to school angry, they come hurt, and they could, the potential for bad things happening are great if these negative individuals bond with each other. They could destroy your school. So you need to put something in place. In this Caring Habit program that each month the kids learn a theme like do your best or you count or resolve conflict. If it's delivered in the proper way, it can perform an invaluable service not only to the children, but also to America and ultimately to the world. So the potential for this program is great.
I used to just bring out my anger on people and be mean, but now I talk it out with people like my teacher, and that's how I resolve conflicts. I think I became nicer to people, because if you're nice, you get the special privileges and to go places and get special things.
It's changed me because I've been nicer to people, I've been listening, I know that I can do my best in everything I do, and that's how it's changed me.
Outstanding pilot program results in just 18 months have earned the Caring Habits 5 state and national awards. It serves nearly 7,000 students in 24 elementary and middle schools and in after-school programs. and the pilot program's measured results are impressive. Honor roll increase of 18% from prior year, doubled homework completion rate, 25% reduction in detentions and expulsions, 85% student survey reports of more caring, respectful behaviors, standardized test score performance up 1 grade level or more, attracted the promotional support of 32 community businesses and organizations. The University of Pittsburgh Graduate School of Public Health is now conducting an objective and rigorous 3-year research study of the caring habit model. The outcomes are measuring violence, bullying, substance abuse, and pre-delinquent aggression among participating and control group student populations. Changing negative behaviors through a simple 1 habit a month outreach promotes a year-round campaign of positive attitudes with fewer demands on teacher time. It is also an excellent program for attracting corporate donor sponsors because it instills citizenship and workplace social skills.
That's the primary focus of Rotary, is service above self, and our particular club is focused on youth primarily. In fact, I have a vision that Rotary one day all through this country will be supporting this program, and it will be national.
These are workforce social skills. 48% of the people 2 years ago in American business reported that they've done something illegal or some form of lack of ethics, so that these young people are moving into the workforce. If caring habits can teach them to be conscientious, responsible, reliable young people who care about their work, their fellow workers, their families, that is going to be a huge benefit to the future.
Is that the look of caring habits is different for your primary, K through 3 than it is 4 through 8. And these posters here, so this is the poster, the look, you should be getting half and half. So the poster for the upper grades will be here, the younger grades, they have a little caring character. So that's one of the things I wanted to tell you. And the other thing I want to tell you is that the last question on the quiz is, do you know why your how-to book is the color it is? Why is it that color? Gives you energy. Because you count. Thank you very much. And that color, by the way, is Wow Fuchsia.
Wonderful. Well, I hope you agree that the Caring Habits curriculum is an outstanding addition to the Armstrong School District's character education program. Again, that's being piloted at Elderton Elementary and Katanning Township Elementary and comes to us from the National Character Education Foundation. That's our show for today. I'd like to thank Dave Reddig, CEO and founder of the National Character Education Foundation, for making this episode possible, and we'd like to thank Elaine Park, for creator of the Caring Habits curriculum. I'd also like to thank the TV students of West Shamokin High School, led by Mr. Ren Steele. They were our film crew today. Please join us again next week for another look at the Armstrong School District. Visit our website for updated information about the district, and have a great week.